Science is a force for good in our world, improving the lives of all people on Earth in immeasurable ways. But it is also a powerful tool that can become dangerous in certain situations, especially when it gets entangled in politics. The video is in no way exhaustive but gives us a place to begin when thinking about the serious responsibility that comes with the march of science. Number 10. The Trinity Test. It's hard not to include the world's first nuclear test on such a list. Desperate to develop the atomic bomb and gain a military advantage in World War II, the United States formulated the secret Manhattan Project. This led to the Trinity Test, the first nuclear weapon, detonated in the New Mexico desert on July 16, 1945. Although scientists are relatively confident in their work, some prominent skeptics doubt that the bomb will explode or cause the end of the world as we know it. As he waits for the bomb to explode, Nobel Prize-winning physicist Enrico Fermi bets with the others whether the bomb will simply destroy New Mexico or the entire world, possibly setting the Earth's atmosphere on fire. Number 9. Unit 731. Unit 731 was the Japanese Army's secret research and development unit that conducted horrific experiments on humans during World War II. Forces led by General Shiro Ishii experimented on approximately 250,000 men, women, and children. Most of those killed were Chinese, along with some Russian and Allied prisoners of war. Forced medical procedures include vivisection, the cutting of subjects, often without anesthesia, the unnecessary amputation of limbs, and the removal of body parts such as the brain, liver, and lungs. Victims were also subjected to biological warfare, freezing tests, forced impregnation, and even weapons tests with grenades or flamethrowers. Number 8. Nazi concentration camp experiments. The Nazis conducted medical experiments on thousands of prisoners in concentration camps, completely disregarding human life. Some of their research included deliberately reducing body temperature, infecting humans with malaria, using mustard gas on humans, forced sterilization, giving prisoners various poisons, infecting wounds with bacteria, and filling them with wood shavings and ground glass. A typical evil scientist was the Nazi Dr. Joseph Mengele, who was known for his concentration camp experiments, with a particular focus on twins, mostly Jews or Roma, gypsies. It was speculated that SS Dr. Mengele was responsible for such atrocities as removing organs from people without anesthesia, injecting them with deadly bacteria, dismembering them, etc., in the interests of genetics research. Mengele, known as the Angel of Death, collected the eyes of his murder victims to study heterochromia and experimentally demonstrate the possible resistance of Jews and Roma to various diseases. Number 7. The Aversion Project. Between 1971 and 1989, South Africa implemented a program of medical torture to cure conscripts of homosexuality. The policy was implemented under apartheid and included mandatory aversion therapy treatments such as electroshock therapy and chemical castration. The military has also approved 900 gender reassignment surgeries. At the time, medical professionals generally considered homosexuality a treatable mental illness. Dr. Aubrey Levin, who was in charge of the project as the chief psychiatrist of the South African Army, was eventually accused of human rights abuses by international organizations and sentenced to prison. Number 6. Guatemalan STD study. This terrible experiment is another example of U.S. government injuries continuing science. Between 1945 and 1956, approximately 1,500 Guatemalans were deliberately infected with sexually transmitted diseases, including syphilis and gonorrhea. The subjects were orphans, prisoners, prostitutes, and conscripts. Scientists use infected prostitutes, injections, and other nefarious methods to make their subjects sick. Subjects of the experiment are now suing Johns Hopkins University for $1 billion for its role in the study. If you like the video, give a thumbs up button, and never forget to subscribe and click the bell icon. Number 5. Kola Super Deep Borehole. The Soviet experiment started in 1970 and tried to drill as deep as possible into the Earth's crust. In 1994, they drilled a 12-kilometer well on the Kola Peninsula in northwestern Russia. Excavation for records has yielded a wealth of scientific data, such as the discovery of ancient fossils of 24 species of microplankton. Although nothing negative happened, there was concern at the time that drilling so deep into the center of the Earth could have unintended seismic effects like opening the ground. The pit site is currently closed. Number 4. The Tuskegee syphilis experiment. A government-funded study denied syphilis treatment to 399 African American patients in rural Alabama from 1932 to 1972, even after penicillin was discovered to be effective against the disease in 1947. In fact, the patients were not told they had syphilis. Instead, doctors blamed their bad blood and gave a placebo. The U.S. Public Health Service conducted the experiment to study the natural progression of syphilis without treatment. 28 people in the study died directly from syphilis, and another 100 died from related complications. Number 3. The Large Hadron Supercollider. Switzerland's Large Hadron Collider, LHC, dedicated to studying particle physics, is the world's largest and most advanced scientific facility. Because of this and related advanced research, the LHC has caused public fear. It is blamed for causing earthquakes and pulling the asteroid toward Earth. While conspiracy theories surrounding the LHC have generally been debunked, it has also been accused of creating black holes that could swallow the Earth, a possibility strangely not entirely ruled out by CERN, the organization that runs the collider. CERN says the LHC is not dangerous but admits it can create some types of black holes. Number 2. Weaponizing the plague. When the plague last struck, it killed about half of Europe's population, reducing the world's population by nearly 100 million in the 13th and 14th centuries. In the late 1980s, the Soviet Union's biological warfare research program figured out how to use plague as a weapon by launching missile warheads at the enemy. What can go wrong? Besides the plague, defectors indicated that the Soviet bioweapons plan also had hundreds of tons of anthrax and tons of smallpox. Number 1. Project MKUltra. The infamous MKUltra program was the CIA's attempt to master mind control. The program began in the 1950s and appeared to have lasted until 1966. During MKUltra, unwilling subjects are often administered drugs, especially hallucinogens such as LSD. Subjects were also subjected to sleep and sensory deprivation, hypnosis, sexual abuse, and other psychological torture, with some tests proving fatal. The project's intended goal was to combine chemical weapons research with efforts to create mind control agents to fight the Soviet Union. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to like it. And please share our videos with your friends to support our team. Thank you, guys, for tuning in.